While the practice of overbooking travel tickets is not unusual, what recourse do affected travellers have? Changi Airport Terminal 4 reopens its doors today and welcomes the first batch of passengers from Hong Kong. And HBO scoring big at this year's Emmys with 38 wins, including Best Drama Series for family drama Succession. Hello, you're watching The Big Story with me, Chiao Su An. Subscribe to the Straits Times channel to stay up to date with our live news updates. As 2022 makes its way into its last quarter, year-end holiday plans are being firmed up. Pent-up travel demand post-COVID is expected to be huge. At the same time, questions have arisen as to whether airports, airlines and cruise ships can cope with the expected surge. Horror stories have emerged of cancelled trips and lost baggage as a result of bottlenecks in the travel industry, struggling to shrug off its COVID lull. The latest episode in the spotlight is when passengers are getting kicked off flights and cruises at the 11th hour despite having paid for them. Not the kind of holiday anyone wants. But that was exactly what happened to more than 100 travellers here during the school holidays last week. They had confirmed reservations to the Genting Dream, a Resorts World Cruises ship, but were told that they would not be able to board as the trip was overbooked. The company said that all affected guests will get a refund and a complimentary cruise subject to availability. But that may be cold comfort to would-be holidaymakers who are all packed and with nowhere to go. So what recourse do such travellers have? Joining us now is CASE, or Consumers Association of Singapore's President, Melvin Yong. Thank you so much for joining us today, Melvin. So we understand that so far in 2022, CASE has received 3 complaints related to the overbooking of air tickets and cruises. Are consumers adequately protected in such cases?
With the recent overbooking incident by Dream Cruises, where more than 100 consumers were denied boarding, I think it is timely for us to review the practice of overbooking and how consumers in Singapore can be better protected. As a practice, overbooking is not uncommon, especially in the tourism sector. But the compensation offered by the service providers may not address the concerns of consumers who have specially taken leave and expect to have a good vacation with their families and friends, or those who are traveling for specific purposes, such as attending an important business meeting or a special occasion. There is currently no regulation in Singapore for the practice of overbooking and how affected consumers should be compensated. Consumers can only rely on conditions of carriage or insurance coverage, which may not be entirely in their favor.
So in that case, what changes do you think can be made to better protect the rights of these consumers?
So on the part of the service providers, I feel they should review their back-end algorithms that may be based on outdated data, pre-COVID-19 data. They should also cater for a bigger buffer in light of the peak holiday seasons, such as the recent September school holidays, as well as the pent-up demand for travel after more than 2 years of COVID-19 travel restrictions. In Europe, the European Passenger Rights Regulation number 261-2004 prescribes the rights of consumers in regard to flight issues such as overbooking. Likewise, in the United States, the Department of Transportation sets out how compensations should be calculated for instances where consumers are denied boarding. The Consumer Association of Singapore will be engaging the relevant authorities, such as the Singapore Tourism Board, to look into how we can work together to strengthen current legislation in Singapore to better protect consumers in the event of overbooking.
Thank you so much, Melvin. That has been Melvin Yong, President of CASE.
Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, Changi Airport is gearing up for more travellers with the reopening of its Terminal 4 today. It was shuttered since 2020 due to the pandemic. During its closure, it was retrofitted with automated immigration counters. The first flight arrived at Terminal 4 at about 3 p.m. from Hong Kong. Upon disembarking, the passengers received a warm welcome by Changi Airport Group staff. T4's reopening today will add to the airport's capacity, with the terminal being able to serve about 16 million passengers per year. This will help ease Terminals 1, 2 and 3, which are becoming increasingly congested as travel picks up towards the end of the year. And still on the topic of traveling, get more bang for your buck when you exchange currencies at the money changer for your travels, as the Singapore dollar has outperformed other currencies in the region, including the dominant Chinese yuan and Japanese yen. The Sing dollar suffering a loss of only about 3.2% versus US dollar so far. In comparison, the Japanese yen has dropped about 22%. The comparatively strong performance of the Sing dollar can be attributed to a recovering economy and a central bank that has tightened monetary policy 4 times since October 2021. A former AETOS auxiliary officer who robbed a money-lending company while armed with a loaded service gun was sentenced to 16.5 years jail and given 18 strokes of the cane. Facing debts from loan sharks, Mahadi Muhammad Mokhtar admitted to copying the approach used by David James Roach, the Canadian who robbed Standard Chartered Bank in 2016 and then fled the country. Mahadi wrote on a piece of paper that he was armed with a gun and passed it to the employee. He made off with more than $24,800. He was arrested 5 hours later with the bulk of the money recovered. Malaysia's former Prime Minister Najib Razak has been warded at Hospital Kuala Lumpur. Court proceedings in his 1MDB trial were shortened on Monday so that Najib could seek treatment. A change in blood pressure medication was cited as the reason for his ill health. According to his lawyer, Najib has to undergo several health tests in the next few days and could be possibly referred to the National Heart Institute. Court proceedings have been adjourned to Wednesday afternoon, when more updates on his condition will be presented. Cable network HBO coming out on top at the Emmys this year with 38 wins. Its dramedy The White Lotus clinching 10 awards, including Best Limited Series. HBO's family business drama Succession won the Emmy for Best Drama for the second time, making it HBO's 6th win in 8 years in that category. Rounding up HBO's dominance is Zendaya's second win for Best Actress in teen drama Euphoria. Meanwhile, South Korean Netflix series Squid Game also scoring wins in the major categories, with its lead actor Lee Jong-jae receiving Best Actor in a Drama and director Hwang Dong-hyuk for directing. All of these look like incredible shows and I haven't seen any one of those. Let me know in the comments below which one you would recommend I check out. And those are our top stories for today. Visit straitstimes.com for more news and our YouTube channel for more videos. Subscribe by hitting the red button below. I'm Chao Suen, and I'll see you tomorrow on The Big Story.